Yo, what's up, everybody? Let's give everybody a minute to join. Y'all can see the topic by the thumbnail. Not a good topic, not a positive topic, but sure y'all got a lot of questions about what's going on. Everybody that's here right now, man, hit the like button for sure. Let's get it started. Please hit the like button. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. So I was um I was chilling the other day. I think it was 2 days ago. I was on live on my Instagram account, um, and somebody was telling me about someone that got killed out here in Colombia. And I had no idea what they were talking about. And so today I had looked it up, and I found the story about Timothy Revel Reed. Timothy Revel Reed. Post his name in the chat. So if you guys haven't already heard about this story, basically, um, that's his name right there. So you could look this up, guys. If this happened in Colombia about 5 days ago, a man was shot and killed in Barranquilla, Colombia, which is out by the coast. It's far from Medellin, but out by the coast. It's a very popular place for tourists and expats and all that. It's in the I think the the department is called Atlantico, I think. Anyway, this guy Timothy Revel Reed, the guy that was murdered there, um, from what I could tell through his Instagram account, um, it looked like he was living there for since around December. It looks like he moved to Colombia in around December from Atlanta, Georgia. Shout out to Atlanta. Let's get the likes up. By the way, if you're tuned in right now, go ahead and hit the like button, man. Show some love to the channel. You feel me? Um, anyway, so yeah, Timothy was living here. He had moved from Atlanta. He was living in Barranquilla, and it seems that he was doing some business transactions and something, he was doing a lot of different things that he talked on Instagram and social media accounts about the businesses he was working on opening and all that. So that's how I was able to kind of tell and get some information about the guy post mortem. So anyway, it looks, when I first looked this story up, it's funny because it said that he was robbed for a gold chain and a cell phone, I think. So that's what the first headline I saw was, that he was robbed for a chain and a cell phone. All right. So later on, I was doing some digging. I mean, I was super interested because, you know, I just, it hit home because it's a guy from America, black guy, doing business, living in Colombia. He wasn't here very long, but yeah, it struck me as a really, really weird thing. So I posted his name in the chat, guys. Timothy Revel Reed is the guy that was shot and killed in Colombia last week on the 20th, which would have been Tuesday last week. Go ahead, hit the like button, guys. Hit the likes up for me. Show some love. So anyway, I'm going through this guy's Instagram account, and it's just crazy, man. This story is like the plot just starts getting thicker and thicker and thicker and thicker. Like I thought I was in for just a okay, Someone got shot or robbed. Like the first headline I saw was just a robbery. And, so I looked into it, and now I'm thinking there's no way that this was a robbery. I think that the Colombian, um, the Colombian police or whatever, maybe I don't know who put out that it was a robbery actually, but I mean, maybe some news outlets or whatever in Colombia. I don't know who told them, that was a robbery. So I don't know how they came up with that conclusion, but maybe it just looked like that from the beginning. Being that it was like a gringo shot dead in the middle of the street in broad daylight, um, you know, and so I think it was no way that this was a robbery. After looking at the guy's Instagram account, and going through kind of his last couple months of what he was up to out here, doing all the business and working on his restaurant. He wanted to open up a barbecue and a fish restaurant. Um, I think he just pissed somebody off. I really do. I think he just pissed somebody off, or they tried to hit a lick on him. But I don't know. It's weird. I think I'm leaning towards that maybe he pissed the wrong person off because I'm not sure what happens with the business deal at this point. Because I on his Instagram he said he had a lawyer. He said he had his accountant. So those are two things when you're doing business in Colombia, you have to have those two things. And I don't think I think he could have been doing the right thing as far as the way he was doing his business, but maybe there was some collateral damage along the way with one of the tenants that he inherited, or with the restaurant that he was also inheriting. So this guy, just so we get the context clear, he bought like a multi what do you call those? Where they're multi-function building where it's half a. It has a storefront as well at the bottom. So he bought the whole thing. And there was a restaurant at the bottom that he had plans to canceling the contract with the current owner and taking it over himself so he could open up his own restaurant. And then he also had, I think, 3 or 4 apartments all in one in the same building, that there were already tenants living in. So, and I think 2 of them were empty and I think 2 of them were full or something like that. Let's get the likes up, people, man. It's nothing to hit the like button, man. Show some love to your boy. We should have way more likes than that. That's a damn shame. Um, Maybe the existing restaurant owner or one of his tenants set him up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's like there's so many people involved and there's money on the line, and you know things are not always as simple as they appear on surface level. Like just back in the day, like in just think in Colombia still in the past. So you never know. I'm not saying this happens everywhere, but I know in some parts of Colombia they do this type of things that the mob used to do in like New York and New Jersey, where if you open up shop in a certain part of town, you need to pay them a certain amount of money to do business safely and whatnot. And so, that could have been, maybe he didn't pay the right people to do business in that area. Maybe the tenants that were living there already that he was trying to kick out, or one of the ones that already moved out, came back for revenge or something like that. Also, like the restaurant, like you're saying in the chat, the people owning the restaurant that he inherited easily could have, he's technically could have been disrupting their cash flow if they're making profits off of their restaurant. So, that's another thing to consider there. So there's a lot of people, a lot of suspects that they could look at. And I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I live in Colombia. I'm in Medellin right now, guys, and I don't know I don't know the way that the cops necessarily operate. It's definitely not the same as in the States. It's definitely not all as, I feel like it's not as transparent. I mean, you know, and then they say there's some video footage that hasn't been released. So hopefully we could get some pressure applied to the government out here to release that, if it really exists. And but anyway, I don't know that they're going to be knocking on doors. And I feel like Colombia is more of a street justice type of place where people, justice is kind of handled in the streets more so, than like everything is solved out in the courts and all that type of thing. So I don't know if they'll be able to nail down, you know, someone that did it, a suspect or whatever. So unless they really are, I don't know if Colombia, is like a CSI type of place. In America we have CSI and crime 40 first 48, and we have a really efficient way of solving justice, stuff like that. So anyway, that's what's going on. So like going through his Instagram, man, I went through his Instagram for a while, just kind of researching what was going on, because he put everything on Instagram. He showed us when he got his cedula, which I did. That really struck home because I'm like, wow, like he he literally, I know exactly the feeling of getting your cedula in Colombia and like being excited about it and whatnot. But to be real with you, he made a few mistakes. I would say. I mean, I don't think they were. I don't think he ever had any ill intentions, but I think he could have done things. When you're dealing with things, I think for one, you're moving fast. You come to Colombia, and within 4 months, you want to do business really, really quickly. And you know, Colombia can seem very euphoric, but especially coming from America, you might think you left all the issues behind, but it's Colombia has its own issues and things pop up here just the same as they do in the States. And he could have got killed in the States. Gun violence is rampant in the States, but in Colombia, I just feel like that was a little bit fast, man. Because you don't really know the areas, you don't know who you're dealing with, you don't have a tone for how to fill people out. You don't know because I'll tell you what, like I've done business with Colombians in the corporate realm, and their business culture is different. The way that they conduct business, just like in Japan, it's like a different way. It's all respect and bowing down and this and that. And here in Colombia, the way they do business and handle business is different. So, um, I don't think this should have happened. I don't think he did anything to really, um, that is so obvious not to do. Like and that's what the police made it seem like, right? With the whole, hey, he got robbed for his gold chain. They try to make it seem like something obvious, but I don't think he did nothing like that. Like walk around with a Rolex and a gold chain on. It didn't seem like he was doing that type of thing. So, um, yeah, I think that it was the business, and some collateral damage having to do with him coming and just kind of doing a takeover. Like all of a sudden, a new landlord comes in, and maybe that, you never know. Like maybe that's the reason that somebody was selling the place, because he can't get somebody out. You know what I mean? Or um, they that could be like a trap house for the cartel, or you never know what you're buying. Like you need to do a bit more research, I think, when you doing business like that. And then another thing is going to a bad area to do business. I wouldn't recommend, especially in Colombia. I think if you want to do business out here, especially if you're spending that type of money. I think they're saying he's spending around $200,000, um, which I think he was doing that because he wanted to meet there's something called a resident investment visa, and if you invest, I think $170,000 or so, you become a citizen almost in Colombia very very quickly, versus doing it the other ways. Like I have a work visa, so I'm not a citizen. I could keep renewing my visa for so and so years, but it would take, I think, about 3 or 4 years before I'm able to apply to get that residency, and then eventually get to become a citizen. But what when you invest $170,000, you automatically bypass a lot of that and go straight up to like basically being a citizen. So I think that's why he was spending that amount of money, that specific amount of money, um, and that so he could go ahead and just bypass all the bullshit and go straight to being a citizen. Um, what was I about to? Oh, so yeah, and then so doing business in a bad neighborhood, like I wouldn't recommend that. Like, there's plenty of places where you could do business if you want, especially spending that amount of money. I would want something new and shiny. You know what I'm saying? Or be doing business with like a company. Like one of real estate trust company or something like that. And or at least I don't know the specifics of this guy's deal either. I mean, there could have been. It seemed like he had some intermediaries involved, like lawyers and different stuff like that. But I just don't know all those details. I wish I could talk to the guy. But unfortunately, I can't, man. He seemed like a really decent dude, man. I mean, one thing that I have in common is I like barbecue, and he loved his barbecue, loves his food. That's just sad. And it looked like he had some good barbecue, and I didn't know about him until this happened. But I would have loved to go check out his restaurant had he got the chance to open it. Um, so let me get in the chat. If this was organized and his girlfriend wife was involved, it will come out very soon. People cannot keep secret. Yeah, I mean, you would think so, but I don't know if it would come out like it's probably already out in the streets. You feel me? It's not gonna come out in a big 60 minutes like in the States though. It don't go down like that out here. Um, Low key, I think it was a hit. I don't know who by who though. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a couple. I mean, there's plenty. There's a good starting point as far as suspects, I think. But are the cops gonna really put in the work to track somebody down? I don't know about that. To be quite honest, I'm not super confident in that. Um, let's get the likes up, family. Maybe the existing restaurant owners or one of his tenants set him up. Yeah, 100%, 100%. Doesn't make any sense. Like, and I've been in Colombia, and I saw the gold chain that he wears. It's fucking tiny. The gold chain that he wears is fucking tiny, bro. It's not. It's It's not something that somebody on a moto is gonna stop and rob you for, and especially it's not. It's probably not something that he would fight back for. So for me to believe that shit, they need to show the video of him struggling for a gold chain. I need to see that. Until then, I don't I don't um I don't think that's true at all. Uh, yeah, let's get them likes up. Let's get them likes up, family. Get them likes up. Come on, turn it up. It's a damn shame, man. Let's get it. Um, would you start a storefront business like that there? I would. I mean, I would. I'm. I think he was trying to do some retirement type thing where you just kind of do what you want and for the love of it type thing. I I've thought about a lot of business ideas here, but the reason I haven't really pulled the trigger on anything is because profitability is a struggle here. There's a lot of things that make it hard to make money, unless you're doing something where you're serving clients in other countries. So when you can collect money in other currencies like dollars and euros, it's better. But when you're trying to make Colombian money, which is any business you open up here, generally you're gonna be making Colombian money. It's hard to turn a profit. Um, but if I did do it, I would do it probably with the like a, like a actual, especially spending $200,000. I would probably do it with like a company, not like a, I would buy like a brand new storefront or something like that. Like I don't think I would go to the hood and go grab some shit like that. I wouldn't go spend, because especially you go to the hood and spend, that's like $2 million to them, and that like use $200,000, and you just imagine me going and doing that in like the hood out here in Medellin. Like that's a lot of money to them. That's a whole lot of money to them. Um, so yeah, I wouldn't do it that way. May he rest in peace, and condolences to his family. Absolutely, absolutely. I don't think, the sad part is I fuck with what he was doing. I like where he was going. I think he was doing a couple things a little too quick, or maybe you know and I know that feeling too. It's like sometimes you have to take the risk and you push yourself to be in situations of high pressure so that you could get the payoff, because you think, okay, well, I'm taking a big risk here, but this could be really good. You know what I mean? So I see that. I feel like that's how what was the fight he was having in his head, because he looked like he was stressed the fuck out on his Instagram, dog. Like he looked like he was going through it, bro. If anybody ain't seen his Instagram, you could look at his Instagram on his Instagram name. It was his business Instagram, but he made personal post on there. So it's called Q Spicy Ribs. It's spelled like QUE Spicy Ribs, like K in Spanish, like K spicy, but Q spicy in English. So QUESPICYRIBS, Q spicy ribs. He made tons of posts on here, like long posts. He taking us on tours of the apartment that he bought and everything. So I mean, it's possible that some of the suspects are on camera. Like, so let's see. Looking on YouTube now on Barranquilla, there's a video with thumbnail of the guy. Looks like he has a small gold chain on in that picture. I doubt that was the motive though, right? Totally agree. Malik, Colombia needs to put its full resources into investigating, because Americans bring a lot of money into their economy, and we deserve justice when tragic events like this occur. Yeah, I was thinking about that whole aspect of it. Like, this could be really bad if this blew up to a big story that that increased the fear level for people considering traveling to Colombia. Then yeah, I mean that obviously would have an effect on the their one of their biggest industries, which is travel. That being said, right now we're in the midst of a global pandemic. I don't think that's the focus of their, protecting their image right now. I think a lot of news is being swept under the rug because of the pandemic and all um, the new developments in the pandemic. It's just like a fucking never ending horror story. Um, yeah, I agree, Isaac, and yeah. I think the best way to make a lot of money via business is a service that anyone uses, not a storefront or restaurant like a Colombian Uber type business. Yeah, what I was thinking that would be a good business out here is a gym, because they love fitness and stuff. And some of the gyms actually charge a fair. fairly high amount of money, like decently high if you're in a nice area. Yeah, and if you like cater to a more affluent demographic, I think there's because there's a lot of people that have a lot of money out here in Colombia. There's a lot of rich people in Envigado and Poblado, and there's neighborhoods in Bogota with a lot of rich people. There's neighborhoods in Barranquilla with a lot of rich people. So, um, the best formula to me is to make the money passive in the USA and live in Colombia with your head on a swivel. Absolutely, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying earlier. Head on the swivel. I mean, you do. I mean, just keep it a buck. Like, you don't know what's going on all the time out here. Like, shit could go down. Shit could pop off. You don't know who you're fucking with sometimes, or like sometimes you might just not know exactly what's going on. And I feel like in his situation, for Mr. Timothy, the guy that got killed, I think and I don't want to come off as rude or anything. He seemed like he could be a tad bit naive at times, and it seemed like he really wanted to get this done quickly, and he had a picture in his head of what he wanted to do, and he wanted to get it done really quickly, and he put his head down. And props to him because he was getting shit done. You feel me? So love to him, but for that, and much respect for being a go getter. But sometimes when you're too laser focused on whatever that is, you might not see something, you might miss something, and not notice, that you might need to pull back the pressure a little bit, release a little bit of the pressure, so and see what's going on, or maybe look a little bit deeper at a certain situation or dynamic in that situation, like the tenants or something like that, or that type of thing. So you know let's see. I can't remember if you're in tech or not. If you are, I bet you can come up with something and hire local techies to make it happen. Some guy in South Sudan started their own version of Uber. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's kind of what I do. I work with what I do is exactly that, basically. Um, so anyway, drop a comment, guys. Hit the like button, man. Show me some love and the likes, man. It don't take nothing to hit that like button, man. Show some love. Let me see. So yeah, man, this dude. I'm gonna say this. Um, I don't think it's a great idea to come here and try to do business. Like, there's people that do it, and kudos to them. It's not impossible. And it can be profitable, but to make it easy on yourself, I would say it should try to shoot to do it the other way around, because um, you know it's tough doing business here if you're American. It's on top of everything else, like the value of the currency and everything. It's slower and more difficult, and it's more unstable. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's harder to enforce stuff. Like, you know, I feel like the cops will only do so much out here. Like, and you might get a letter from the court saying something, but you still, like, to get everything enforced out here is kind of hard, or you need to know what you're doing at least, because it might not work the same as in the States. Um, yeah. And then, if you want to invest in a country like this, I wouldn't do it in the hood. You know what I mean? I would recommend trying to do it in a nice spot with people that you feel like you would really like to do business with them. Like, I met really fine business people out here in Colombia that I'd be like, wow, I would it'd be a pleasure to do business with that person, versus just going up to somebody in a barrio, or saying, okay, I want to buy this from you because it has a for sale sign on it. Maybe they, you just don't know what you're getting into. But I feel like if you go to a nice area where there's more, I don't know, it's just a higher likelihood that the business is going to be conducted above board. You know what I mean? So um, it's a sad story, man. It's a sad story. I hope his family is doing all right. I know they're probably like, "What the fuck happened, dude?" Like he left in December and never came back, or like, it's just crazy. I don't know, man. His story, I don't know too much about his story. Um, I wish I knew the dude. I wish I had a chance to talk to him. This is the reason why y'all need to get your consultations, though. If you're coming to Colombia, you need to get your consultation. Like, hit me up. Not saying I would have saved this guy's life, but I think maybe I could have spoke some type of reason into the fact that if you feel uncomfortable about what you're doing, it's not a bad idea to pull back, or try to get more eyes on the situation, or I don't know if the block is hot. Like it seemed, I don't know. It seemed like he knew his block was hot, bro. Like he was looking around like he was scared at one point in some of his videos on his Instagram. So in the US, we're used to business being business. They're not so much. Yeah, and they could be slow. Like they might like the whole, hey, the tenant's gonna move out in a week, or the dealing with all them types of people. You don't even speak the language, and they might have been living. Their grandma might have grew up there. You feel me? Like they might not. And then it's like, who is this nigga? Come and I'm not trying to say that to be disrespectful to Mr. Timothy, the deceased, but I'm saying their perspective of the people that might have been living there is like, who is this nigga? Like coming out of nowhere, telling me I gotta leave, and he just bought this shit. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Like, and then it's a pandemic going on, so shit, you might already be out of work for a year. You feel me? So they might not have a place to go. It's just, you just never know what had he spoke Spanish completely, or had he just imagine him being in America doing the same type of deal, he probably would have been able to talk to them and see what's going on and help them out, and we come to an agreement. But him just being someone that just showed up, don't even speak the language, that could have added fuel to the fire for whoever killed him. To it's just more. I would feel more disrespected if I was that person that was being kicked out. And I'm not saying the landlord or the tenant did it. I'm saying they should be looked at as suspect, and to better and support that idea. I'm just saying, like, this is how they would looked at it. Like, who is this person coming out of nowhere telling me I got to get out of my house, right? So yeah, man. Like, and I would have told the homie, like, bro, I wouldn't do business over there. Like, if you do, you need, because I've seen different things in Colombia. Like, I've seen like people paying, like they be sending like in certain neighborhoods where you got to pay to be in that area to do business or whatever. I've seen the people coming around collecting the debts before. You know what I mean? So I probably would have told him something like that, like, bro, like check all that out. Make sure talk to some people in the neighborhood and make sure you know how things are working in that neighborhood. You know what I mean? But then again, you need to learn some Spanish, a lot of Spanish, to be doing business, especially. You know what I mean? Or have a very, very, very good translator that's with you 24/7 if you want to do business like that. Um, But anyway, sad, man. It's sad. He died 5 days ago, man. Seemed like a good dude. I would love to check out his restaurant. Y'all drop a comment, man. Drop a comment, man. Let me know what y'all think about this. Like, do y'all think he was moving wrong? How many people have heard about this? When did you guys hear about this story? What are your thoughts on it? Do you think it was preventable? Do you think he was robbed? Do you think that he was set up by some people think it was his girl? The one thing that I think is so suspicious is there is a picture of him sitting on the park bench right before he got killed in the same outfit. There's a picture going around on the internet. He was sitting on a park bench and he had and it's like right before he get killed because you could tell because he got the same outfit on. And I'm like, who took that picture? Because that picture, it looked like somebody was just spying on him or like watching him from afar type shit. I think someone said that his girlfriend had that picture. So if she had that picture taken, if she took that picture, that is kind of weird. No kizzy, that's kind of weird. That makes me I will want to know who took that picture. If y'all see a picture of him sitting on the bench and it's like through a gate, like so like somebody on the other side of the park or something like watching from the other side of the park, that's the picture I'm talking about. And he got the same outfit he got on when he got killed. Um, and then let's see. I had things go south in another country. I will keep myself low and uh, do not know business in a third world country. I learned my lesson. I am forever a guest in these countries. Right, exactly. That's not your home. You got to remember that, man. So when you're doing business, that's why I say do it, or if you could go in with like a actual company, like if you could invest in like a Marriott, say they're building a Marriott hotel on the beach, go and put in some money on that type of deal because as actual companies and um, being a part of it, but just trying to do the type of business that we can do in the States really easily. Out here, it don't work like that, especially if you don't know everybody involved and you don't know the neighborhoods and all that type of stuff, man. Um, I first heard about this through SPK Lifestyle earlier this week. Where I'm assuming that's another YouTuber. The better my Spanish before I visit Colombia, you recommend watching ally of TV shows? Any TV shows, I guess. A lot of TV shows. Yeah, they'll start to get you there. But I think the best thing is to come here or go to a Spanish place and then just live though and work, or teach Spanish out there or do something. You don't have to. I wouldn't show up to a brand new place where I don't speak the language and do business of that amount of money. You know what I mean? I just especially after seeing this, you know what I mean? Maybe before this happened, I wouldn't think twice about it, but now after this happened, I mean, obviously, man, I would definitely think twice about doing that. And we all in hindsight's 2020, man. We all move around in Colombia. There's plenty gringos here. There's plenty people from the states, black men, white men, women, everything. Um, and we enjoy their country, you know what I mean? And sometimes it comes at a price, unfortunately. I am on a day 140 streak of Duolingo. It's helping for sure. That's cool, man. That's cool. Um, yeah, I think you just have to take classes and practice, man. You have to really practice Spanish. Like that's the only way to really get good at it is practicing and conversating with people a lot. So, you can do I did Duolingo a long time ago and it helped, but it didn't really like being fluent and being able to just talk, that comes from conversation. I mean, you can study all you want, but like your head has to be able to start thinking like that. So that comes from really conversation and practice, a lot of practice. But good job on the Duolingo, man. That's a good start. Um, let's get the likes up, people. Let's get the likes up, man. For real. Show me some love on the likes right now. That's a damn shame, people. We could do a lot better than that. We could do a lot better than that, dog. It don't take nothing to hit the like button, man. Don't take nothing to hit the like button. Show some love. Um, what up? What up? Facts. A lot of practice, man. A lot of practice. And so Timothy Revel Reed, man, killed on April 20th, man, on 420 in Colombia, in Barranquilla. I don't even know how old he was. He looked like an older dude, maybe in his late 40s, 50s, or something like that. Um, yeah, man, it's a sad story. He seemed like a good dude. He seemed like he was well intentioned. He just, was determined, to get his business off the ground. And I think there was some collateral damage along the way that cost him his life, man. Whether he pissed the wrong person off or someone saw him as a walking lick because he spent so much money, or maybe the person that received the money, had him killed. You just never know, man. That's why in America there's homicide detectives. They come in and they start looking at all the people in his life. I don't know if they're doing that out here, man. I honestly don't think they are. I think the police kind of out here just try to kind of maintain the chaos and just keep things on the day to day, keep things legit. If there's something big enough that's putting a thorn in the side of the country, like Pablo Escobar, of course they can't deny that, and they have to, handle that type of situation. But a murder just like that, I think they're honestly kind of feels like it's being washed under the rug a little bit, and it kind of feels like nobody's really looking to find any answers about what happened to this man, which is truly sad. It's truly sad. It makes me fearful of being murdered in Colombia. Like, what a horrible way of going out and not even really having your death examined by detectives and investigators, and justice not being seeked out. If anyone knows how the justice system works here in Colombia, please chime in and let us know. That'd be something great for someone, a real Colombian, to make a video on. That would be great. That speaks English. Um, so, 100, brother. This is so sad. Yeah, and he was just trying to do what he wanted to do. Like, it seemed like he was living his dream. You know, and sometimes it's not that sweet, man. Like, I know, man. I know this too well. Like, it's just like it seems like a lot of people have seen all the YouTubers come into Colombia. They seen it, and people think it's all sweet out here. Like it's all, everything's gonna be good out here. Like you could just come out here and everything's perfect. But you know that's not always the case, man. Colombia is a great place. Um, I highly recommend it still. Um, you know, I just think that as Americans and especially brothers, we got to be really diligent with how we're moving, no matter where we are. You got to do business above the board, first of all, like have business partners involved that know, that can advise you on what you're doing. I don't think he had a whole bunch of advice from the right people, maybe. Um, and sometimes people don't like having a lot of criticism and advice involved in what they're doing, but for me that really helps me vet the whole situation and kind of remove the risk for me. um So rest in peace to Timothy, man. And like I said before, I really wish I would have been able to try his restaurant out. It looked like he made some good barbecue, man. I went on his Instagram. If y'all haven't been on his Instagram, I mean, that's where 90% of everyone's information is coming from. He put tons of long videos on his Instagram. Actually, he was saying that he was doing stuff he's filming himself for his own safety in his Instagram. He's saying things like this. So he knows that whatever is going on, I feel like he wasn't even telling us everything. I feel like there was threats being made to this man that he wasn't saying out loud because he was scared to say that. And if you're in a third world country and you're on Instagram and Facebook and your family sees that you're talking about, hey, this person threatened me, they're gonna be scared as hell. You don't want to set off a big alarm to everybody that follow you and everything. So maybe he was keeping it very light, you know what I mean, and not saying everything. Because the way he looked on his face looked like he was actually being threatened to me. So yeah, man, I think he didn't say everything that was going on. Um, it's always a bad situation dying in a third world country unless you planned it. The best times are lived there, but the death is always confusing and begin people being lethargic. Yeah, I agree. Just imagine seeing the gun in front of your face and being shot. And the first thing I probably would think is, God damn, I'm in Colombia. What the fuck? You know what I mean? Because first thing I'd be thinking about is my family and where they are. You feel me? I'm gonna be like, what the fuck? I'm in Colombia. God damn. Ain't that some shit? Um, he can throw down. Yeah, yeah. Fitzroy. Man, his food looked good, bro. He had the oxtails, he had the mac and cheese, looked like it was hitting on his truck or on his smoker. He had the ribs, he had everything, man. His food looked good. He could wish I had some of that food. Yeah. Everybody see y'all must have went on his Instagram, huh? Y'all went on his Instagram. Y'all saw his food, man. His food looked good, bro. Like he looked like he was making some good stuff. You gotta kind of scroll way down to back when he was in the U.S. If you scroll down for a while, you'll start to see when he was living in Georgia and he would just cook out. Looked like he was cooking out of like a parking lot or something. But yeah, he had ribs, fries, uh, rib tips, chicken, all type of stuff, man. Greens, beans, all type of stuff. Uh, Instagram, if you haven't seen it, it's called Q Spicy Ribs. ESPICYRIBS. Q Spicy. Um, it's sad, man. You can see It's sad because you can see his whole story, man. His whole last couple months and what he was going through. It looked like it started off really good here, and then it just stressed him the fuck out dealing with this whole situation. And I think it was because he could feel some pressure. It's crazy, man. With a lot of people, when they die, and you start looking back at the stuff that they were leaving behind, leading up to their death, you start to feel like they could feel the pressure. They could feel like the walls closing in on them, type of thing. And I saw that in him. I really did. I saw that in him. He looked scared. Over as the closer you get to his death, it looked like, you know, some of the joyous moments maybe were manufactured and not so real anymore. And that's sad, man. It's sad to see. It really is. And I think in I could tell in his head probably what was going on is like, once we get past this, we'll be good. Everything's gonna be great once the restaurant gets open, and just think a year from now and this and that. But unfortunately, that didn't get to come to fruition, man. Man was gunned down in the street, man. Cold blood, shot down in the street. I think they say he was shot twice, and for a robbery, um, I don't know if they'll shoot. I mean, even for a hit, I don't know. Two shots, it could be either. I feel like the two shots could be a robbery because I mean, in the hit, just say it was like nine shots, right? I would say it was more leaning towards a hit because that's like some I want to finish him stuff. You know what I mean? Like some mob shit. And like a robbery, I would say one to two shots just to you know get the dude down or something maybe. So that little fat piece of fact, I think could support either it being either robbery or a murder or assassination, if you will. Um, so that I'm not sure about. Y'all get the likes up, folks. Get the likes up and show your boy some love. We should have way more likes than that right now. Let's go. Um, let's see. Y'all get in the comments. He could wish I had some of that food. Oh yeah, I just read that one. Broad daylight. Yeah, it's weird in broad daylight. Like I live in Colombia, bro. They're not gonna really. I don't feel like people are trying to rob people in broad daylight unless you're in like a really rough neighborhood or something. But generally in Colombia, in broad daylight, people are very relaxed and they walk around freely, not worried about anything. Get the likes up. Get the likes up right now. Let's get the likes up, y'all. No cap. No cap. That's a goddamn shame, man. Ain't nothing to hit the like button, man. Come on now. Come on. All right. That's a tell also. Oh yeah. They said two shots to the head. So brazen seems like an opportune hit. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's the only thing though that kind of supports like the side, I think a little bit more. But also, if you're doing a hit, I would think you want to be quick too and not cause too much attention. So maybe they just did two shots and just cut out of there. I don't know. He said two shots to the head. Okay. Some other YouTuber mentioned two in the head. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if it's a robbery. Two in the head kind of sounds like a hit. Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, I think that could support both. That doesn't support either side like that much. It doesn't go on one side so much, I guess. Get the likes up, folks. Let's get the likes up, man. If you haven't hit the like button yet, please hit the like button right now. Show your boy some love. Show your boy some love, man. We are covering the story right now of a man that was shot in broad daylight in Barranquilla, Colombia, on April 20th, 5 days ago. And I'm just giving my perspective on it and talking about what I've seen since I started researching it. And, trying to bring a little light to the situation. Um, you know, I want to help as much as I can. So if anybody out there is doing things to help this man find answers, then let me know. I'm on the ground here. I'm not going to go out and go knock on the people's door and shit that where he bought his thing at or no shit like that. But what I mean, I'll do what I can. You know what I mean? I don't want to put myself in danger. You feel me? Um, and I kind of feel crazy just even talking about it. 'Cause I don't know. You never know how big something might be. But I think we good, right? What we doing right now, just to get the awareness out. I don't know if that's a robbery. Two in the head kind of sounds like a hit. Yeah. Yeah. Only two shots sounds like a robbery or something unplanned, unless they were professional hitmen. Yeah. I don't know, and you don't know what type of bullets they had. I mean, if you got the right bullets, then two in the head is gonna that can blow your head off. You know, if you got a 45, then you know that's pretty much all you need. But if you're shooting a 9 millimeter, two shots might not get the job done. So you got to also think about the bullets, the type of ammunition. There is a protest video of him laying on the ground in his own blood with his girlfriend um, standing over him, yelling and crying. That video is very, very graphic, but it's out there. Who shot that video first? Question that. Question that person. Who shot what video? Yeah, who shot what video, man? Let's get the likes up, folks. Let's get the likes up, man. I haven't seen the likes go up at all. That's a goddamn shame. Um, let's get it, man. Let's get it. Show your boy some love. Hit the like button right now. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, man. I've been living in Colombia for over a year, man. Coming up on a year and a half. So I'm just giving my perspective on what's going on. Yeah, that's what I said, bro. That's why I said whoever shot that video of him sitting there on the bench, that needs to be explained. That's weird. Like, and it's to his back and everything. Like, it's like maybe they sent that photo to confirm like that's the right nigga that they're killing type shit. You know what I mean? Like, um, yeah, that one's weird. That's the weird. You know, that's a really into that. Um, but like I said, man, I think if anything, the best course of action is for um, someone from his family to hire a private investigator of some sort because I don't have a lot of trust that the judicial system out here is going to get the job done. Um, and part of it is, or part of it may be that he's not from here, so um, you know, people in America, like people don't care as much about an immigrant family getting killed as they would if the hometown family, you know, the hometown American family, someone runs in their house and does a home invasion and someone gets killed, then everybody is going to want to help out, right? Versus if it's an immigrant family or something like that, they might not care as much. And it might be a little bit of that in this situation. Whereas though for Colombians, it might not hit home. They don't know the guy. They don't understand really who he was and what he was doing out here. And, you know, they just know he got killed. They might think he was doing, to them, they might think he was involved in the cartel or something, you know. They might not, you know, for them to find out all the answers and dig into the dude's life, that's actually a lot of work for them. And it's hard for them to understand his intentions because they don't even understand the difference between America and here. So, yeah, that's an interesting dynamic to it, man. So before I get out of here, man, any last minute comments? Go ahead, drop a comment. Y'all follow me on Instagram, Kari.hq. Anybody trying to send that super chat, man, send some bread through the waves right now. Show your boy some love, get the likes up. Yeah, any other questions? Let me see if there's anything else that I wanted to cover about this dude, man. Timothy, man. Timothy Revel Reed. Timothy Revel Reed. And his Instagram, guys, is Q Spicy Ribs. QUESPICYRIBS. Q Spicy Ribs. This is the man that was shot dead in broad daylight in Barranquilla, Colombia, on April 20th, 2021. You know, so, you know, I just talked about everything having to do with this man. You know, I went through his Instagram. That's where I got a lot of my information from. Very sad situation, man. Once again, this is a reason why getting advice from people on the ground is important. Getting consultations from me, or anybody that is trusted in that place, in that field, on the ground. You need to get your consultations, guys, before you come. Just figuring things out. You just never know what you might be dealing with, and calmer heads always prevail, right? So I think I think if you were that stressed out about what was going on, I would have probably advised to take some pressure out of the situation, instead of adding more pressure on to get to the goal quicker. It could just make the pressure explode, um, the vessel. Right? Your apartment is dope. I would move in that place. It's nice and affordable. Yeah, man, I like it. I'm thinking about renting out my extra room now, but I don't know. I haven't really decided if I'm gonna do that yet. I enjoy the privacy, and plus I have a dog, so I don't feel like making anyone else have to. I don't know. Maybe some people are allergic or don't like dogs and stuff, but maybe I can find the right person. We'll see. Why don't you ask some locals what they think of the situation since you know some locals? Um, I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that's something I would want to do. I don't know if that's something I would want to do. I'd have to think about that. Um, you know, I mean, maybe, yeah. I could see talking to a couple people about it, but we'll see about that. Um, yeah, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna be careful as I can, man. I don't like, you know, I'm not conducting any high stakes business or anything. Um, luckily, my day to day life doesn't have a lot of friction. Um, Random things can always happen, and that's why we stay prayed up. What if the police are involved? Um, what do you mean? What if the police are involved? Um, I don't know. Oh, you mean like what if the police are like part of it? I mean, shit, bro. That's very valid because $200,000, right? Think about $200. You could pay the police $10,000. To them, that's like $100,000. You know what I'm saying? To just be quiet. You could, and take that out of the 200. Like that ain't nothing. That's like 5%, 5% just to get away with it. You know what I mean? It could be that. Could be that, man. So that's another reason why I say don't expect a whole bunch of investigating and all that, because people out here, it's like in the hood, like where people just be quiet. You know, people don't want to get involved in stuff like that, put their life in jeopardy. People out here, they just trying to stay alive, bro. It's hard enough on the locals. Um, it's different. It's different. It's not like the states, man. Yeah, last minute comments, man. Last minute comments. Throw that super chat up in there, man. Somebody show your boy love. Man, my birthday was on the 14th of April, man. And this shit was completely locked down, bro. That shit was like two straight birthdays on lockdown. It's like fucked up, man. This shit needs to end, bro. I'm on some anti um lockdown. I'm on an anti lockdown wave right now, bro. I'm not um I'm not digging the lockdowns, bro. Like it's just like to me, like they said a year ago, like go in your house for like a month, right? And we'll be good type shit. And we're a year later now and we're still doing the same type of shit. Like I'm over it, bro. I'm so over it. Like, you know, I don't know, man. I'm just like, I think we need to put a focus back on like being outside. I think we need to open this things up, man, because mental health and being inside like this is so unhealthy, bro. So, limiting people's ability to go have human contact with others is so unhealthy, and it's not natural, and it's forced upon us. And I understand that we have viruses and things going on, but you know, I think the people that are willing to go risk their lives and live their lives should be able to do that freely without having curfews being restricted, having to get a test every time they go somewhere, wearing masks every fucking where. I haven't seen people's faces in over a year. Like, this is some bullshit. Like, it takes some of the feeling out of life. It really does. Thanks for the happy birthday, people. I appreciate that. Seems like it is a scary subject. Bring that up with locals, but I understand. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to, and it's putting that on YouTube and everything. I don't know about that. Did you get the vaccine while you were home? I didn't. I did not. Why you didn't go to Cartagena for your birthday? It's open. It wasn't open. My boy was there and it was whack. I mean, this. I think everything was closing at 9 or 10. Um, yeah, I think everything was closing at 9 or 10. So it's sad right now, bro. Like, and the fact that we're all like we came out of lockdown. I would say like October, like August, September, October, over in that November and all that, and then it's around December and then January. It's been getting worse and worse like every month since December. At least out here, like they've been doing more and more stricter lockdowns every month since December, and it's like, bro, I just can't take this shit, bro. Like, I just want to get back to like normal life out here, man. Like, I miss so many things, like just being able to go to the mall and seeing people and talking and or going out on the street and not seeing everyone with a fucking mask on, smiling at an old lady, shaking someone's hand. It's just like the little things, bro. It's like it's just incredible what has gone on in this, and that's another thing. Like, people are desperate right now. People were desperate a year ago, but after a year of this shit, and you know, and it's getting worse. Like, just imagine. Um, I could totally see people being so fed up that they are ready to fucking kill people, man. Like, like I don't, you know, the the I think I think the it has to do with some collateral damage, and I feel like the pandemic could have played a role in that. You know what I mean? And setting up the whole situation a little bit. Let's hit the like button, people. Show some love. Let's get the likes up, man. It's a goddamn shame. I gotta show your boy Car HQ some love right now. Um, yeah, man. There we go. So yeah, I think the pandemic could have had something to do with it. And I think it's got people on the fucking edge right now altogether. Even with all the restrictions and curfews, you still wouldn't move back to the U.S. The thought to move back to the U.S. I've been thinking about it a little bit, because of like it's not really fun out here right now. To be honest, it's not fun living in Colombia with these rules. Like, you can't do shit. You can't. I mean, you can have house parties. That's about it. And then you never know when you're gonna have an obstacle, like, or issue with the police or some shit, or you might get fined or some shit. You just never know. And Another thing about Colombia that kind of pissed me off is that they don't tell people, they don't announce what they're doing very far in advance. Like they tell you that you're gonna have a curfew before you have the curfew. It's like, it's just last minute shit with the government and their restrictions. It's like, I don't know. But yeah, Texas is back open, man. Shout out to Texas, man. Yeah, I don't really want to move back to the States. But if it's like literally for some reason, if South America doesn't start opening up and moving forward, then yeah, I mean that could be something in the cards. But it probably would just be for a while, and then I would maybe come back out here. But I don't know. I mean, there's other places in the world that I want to live in my life that are outside of Colombia and the United States. So maybe I would just go to another place in the world. Um, hold on. But yeah, crazy shit, man. Crazy shit. I can't believe this happened to this man. This murder happened in Barranquilla. But yeah, I think there's definitely some more to it. If y'all can do anything, I think just share his story with some people, try to get the word out there, um, you know, so we could get some answers. I think it's important that we try to help him out because it doesn't seem like he has a whole bunch of, it doesn't seem like, there's much urgency going on in terms of getting to the bottom of what really happened. In my head. Yeah, bro. I mean, shit. It's like in the beginning when everything was locked down, I was like, well, shit, I'd rather be in Colombia than be in the States, or they're both locked down. But if the States is open, or if Europe is open or something like that, and we're locked down here, then I would not rather be here. You feel me? So that's kind of what it is right now. It is what it is. I'm gonna chill here and see, man. I don't know if this is gonna be an ongoing thing because I don't feel like it's weird, but I'm like, how the fuck are cases going up and all this? They say that the emergency rooms are overflowing out here and all this shit, but I don't know how that's possible. Like nobody's even on the street. Like, bro, this should be locked down. This should been locked down for like the last 2 months. How is all this going on? And I've been out and about, and I haven't, I mean, shit, if anybody would have got sick, it would have been me. Knock on wood, you know what I mean? But it's just like, I don't know, man. The pandemic is a motherfucker. All right. All right, guys. Oh, we got another question. Do you think buying property in Colombia is a good idea to live rent free and get a visa? I mean, it's an option. Yeah, it is. I mean, but you can't just come in and do business and boss hog your way around. Like you have to learn and put in the time and do it the right way. And even still, because I don't see anything that Tim did that screams out like, hey, he definitely should not have done this. Maybe he didn't know or didn't pay attention to all the signs. But even if you do everything right, shit can go wrong. So you just never know. But Colombia is a great place to do business and invest, as far as I know. Um, I just think there's a way of doing it. So if you need that consultation, hit me up and I'll help you out. We have to keep talking about it. Imagine this happening to you and nobody remembering you. That's what I'm saying, man. That's exactly what I'm saying. This can happen to anybody. We need to we need to all put pressure, guys, on the embassy in Colombia. Yeah. Um, I live here, so I don't really want to do too much. Um, you know what I'm saying? Because I live here. Like, they can put their hands on me. You feel me? Like, y'all in the States, y'all need to stand the fuck up and go crazy. Like, but the people that's here, um, shit, I don't want to end up like bro. You feel me? I don't want to get too close. But man, I do want to bring attention to the whole thing. So I hope I'm able to do that tonight. Um, but yeah, I think I'm about to wrap this one up, guys. Y'all go ahead and check out bro's Instagram. It was Q spicy barbecue. No, Q spicy ribs. You can check out the deceased Mr. Timothy Revelry. You can check out his last few months in Colombia. He documented it really well on his Instagram, and unfortunately, he met his end here in Colombia via um, two gunshot wounds to the head. So you know, it is what it is. Rest in peace to him. God bless his family. May they find peace and forgiveness. Um, you know, it's a sad day for expats in Colombia to see this happen because it could happen to any of us. We all are just trying to pursue our best life and our dreams and whatnot, and it's sad to see it go wrong for one of us, and it's unfortunate, and it's unfortunate for the country of Colombia as well, because like it or not, this is gonna pose that question again of is Colombia safe? Um, and I think this brings a lot of validity to the opposing argument of Colombia is not safe, right? So this will help fight that stereotype of Colombia. This will help contribute to that stereotype of Colombia being a very dangerous place, a very violent place, a very unsafe place. So you know, it is what it is. In Colombia, they have to work to remove that stain from their legacy. So it's not good for anybody involved. But we have to talk about it and keep the conversation going. And with that, guys, I'm gonna be out of here. Thank you for watching. Follow me on Instagram at kari.hq. Subscribe to my channel, please, and hit the like button and hit the notification bell. And don't forget to leave a comment and let me know what you think about this whole situation. And once again, follow me on Instagram. And with that, man, we out.